Hello and welcome to our final edition of the head-to-head for the Cheltenham Festival 2025. It's myself, Dean Ryan, and there's Nolan.
Hello, Dino.
How are you? Our coverage, of course, this week is brought to you in association with Virgin Bet. Do check out last day of the action, of course, at Cheltenham. To bet 10, get 20 in free bets and money back on a race of their choice. Today's race at 2 o'clock, the County Hurdle, where you can get your money back if your horse loses every day, of course, during the Cheltenham Festival so far. Hopefully you've been getting involved. We are here on Gambling.com. Demo, tough 3 days, although I did get a little fight back yesterday with well, let's talk about the performance of the week. Might have been Factor File, I think.
Factor File was brilliant. Him or the new line for me, but yeah, absolutely brilliant performance. Flawless, really.
Lots of them in the JP McManus colours, of course.
Yeah, he has his own way kind of doing things, but yeah, look, I'd say I've got, more of a chance of kind of finding the upside down than I do of finding a winner this week. So I like it.
Stranger things have happened, Demo. There is a final day to go, of course. We'll get straight stuck into it. We kick off with the JCB Triumph Hurdle at 1:20. East India Dock with Virgin Bet is 11-8. It's 9-4 La Lumba. Hello Neighbour 11-2. It is 11-1 bar. There's loads of brand new horses to take a look at here. So I guess we don't know too much about them. Of course, Willie loves this idea of running them early in the big grade ones. If they win one, happy days. If they don't, but I'm not sure he knows what he has. There's a saying that if you have 55 Triumph Hurdle horses, do you have one?
But it's incredible that they have 11 in here.
Yeah.
The shortest price of them is 11-1.
Yeah.
And Paul Townend's on the 18-1 drifter.
Yeah.
No, I do understand Rachel Blackmore now just has her followers and that's it. Like, so all her horses will just keep kind of, they will keep kind of falling into it. But, yeah, happy to leave the Willie ones, albeit Lady Veg Allen's a big price because that's a huge run last time. East India Dock, this has been a rather relentless kind of gamble over the last few days, hasn't it? Like, he was, to be 11-8 now is some going. He's been very good. His form does look quite strong, and even Hot Fuss ran a really good race in Fred Winter. He beat that horse quite easily. But still, my concern is that we seem to have just said that the English form is better, but the first tests of it was in that Fred Winter, and Ireland quickly came out on top with horses that were, like, put your hands together on paper, wasn't that well handicapped. He simply wasn't. So, Hello Neighbour here, at 11-2, he was really, really good at Leopardstown. He's a big lazy horse as well. We've no idea how good he is. He gets to the front and he kind of pulls himself up. He's a 97 rated horse in the flat. That's off the back of just the 3 runs. He's very, very interesting here, and I think he will keep improving. And Cromwell's horses, they're all running well this week, every one of them. So he's nearly an each way bet to nothing. And the one of the Mullins Brigade that I do kind of like, and he is 50-1 with Virgin Bet, and that is Charles, who won last time. Now, he beat Holy See, who ran no race, but Holy Sea's jumping really fell apart. He's a better horse than that. And Charles beat him in his first run. He should improve an awful lot for that. Sean O'Keefe's having a great week as well. And at 50-1, he's my idea there of a big, big price there, Dino, as well.
Love it. Read all about it, of course, on Gambling.com with the Sean O'Keefe blog. If you read my column on Gambling.com, I was very keen that East India Dock should be fav and would be the winner here. Also another horse blessed with plenty of talent on the flat, quickly made up into a good hurdler. The clock says yes.
He's like Burnett Road, only
yes.
He jumps well, I heard someone say, which is very good. Burnett Road's first season, he just didn't jump well enough, really. This is him, only he's a really, really good jumper too, yeah.
Yeah, look, the market says yes, the vibes say yes, the clock says yes, East India Dock. But yeah, fascinating contest, massive field as well going to post for the JCB Triumph Hurdle, like the days of old, although in the days of old they'd all have run plenty of times, you'd have had a look at.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's almost like a maiden with a few good ones at the top. I completely get your Hello Neighbour, each way bet to nothing. Makes a lot of sense, of course, for the Cromwell Yard. All right, we move on. This is the money back free bet race for all customers at Virgin Bet today. Of course, it is the County Hurdle. Cargisi or Cargis, 3-1 favourite. The pick of Paul Townend. Lark in the Morning, 4-1, of course, last year. Was a winner at the Cheltenham Festival in the Fred Winter. Absurd 9-2, McGlory 8-1, 9-1 Valground for the Skeltons. It's 11-1 bar. Do you have the winner of the county?
Cargisi could be thrown in. The 4-year-olds going on. I saw the 5-year-olds now, but last year's 4-year-olds are a truly brilliant bunch. It's the best we kind of had in a while. and she was very, she's got form tied in there with Sergino and everything else. So for her to be here is very interesting. Also, we kind of wrote her off based off the fact that she was beaten by Take No Chances, but Take No Chances ran a blinder in the Mayor's Hurdle, so that form's not that bad either at all. She should improve, but she's 3-1 for a county, and I would say that she's very good, but she's not. It's not like a well-handicapped Wicklow Brave, or you know what I mean? As in, like, it's not like
you were getting paid.
She's done an awful lot yet to be warranting to be scared of her. Albeit Paul Townend's worth about 3 stone on the Friday at Cheltenham every year. But still, Lark in the Morning was 1, but he's gone short enough now too. He's 4-1 now. He's a very good horse. Again, he's a 4-year-old. Definitely, he's been held back for this race. He'd be of the shorter ones. He'd be my idea here, but Dean at 14-1, I think he is there. 14-1 now. I love Daddy Longlegs. I think this is very interesting. This is a horse running very well in Irish champion hurdles and everything else.
Sean O'Keefe again. Make sure you do pick up on the blog on Gambling.com. He's picking up
Sean O'Keefe, yeah. And Sean O'Keefe again, he's just a brilliant jockey. He's just, sometimes these lads who are 4th or 5th in Willies, we kind of tend to, people cannot think of them as single entities. They're just another face in the crowd, but he is absolutely brilliant, Sean O'Keefe. He's a fantastic jockey. And this horse has done an awful lot, and good ground is the making of him. Like, I fancied him for a Supreme when he lost his ground. I know he's top weight.
Got the wing here for beating that horse, yeah.
He's running very well in very, very good races, and he gets his ground for the first time in quite a while as well. I think he is a very good better. Really, really good. Yeah.
14-1 is Daddy Longlegs. The mount, again, of Sean O'Keefe, of course, writing all week on Gambling.com. For Willie Mullins, that's 14-1. On my column on Gambling.com, I do have put up Lark in the Morning, being my long aimed fancy at this race, but I couldn't resist a small each way on Irish Panther.
Yeah,
if you go back, look through the form, you will have had your fingers burnt more times than someone who plays with fires for a living, and unfortunately, he doesn't normally come good. But I tell you what, he's going to feel very light coming up that hill with £7 off and 10 stone 4 anyway on the back. I'd imagine Irish Panther can go very well. Now, he was a bigger price. He's 14-1 with Virgin Bet. We've given you a couple of outsider darts, but the top of the market looks very strong indeed with Kajis, Lark in the Morning, and Absurd. Okay.
Sorry, Dino, just sad to see a county hurdle not filling up, isn't it?
Yeah. It's annoying, but it's still a good race. Still a very good race.
Very good race, but just, sad no doubt.
The Triumph Hurdle has 400 runners in it as well, which is quite fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. 240 is the Mare's Chase. And this race, you could argue, is cut up. Plenty of other fancied horses have not turned up. We've almost got pretty much last year's race on repeat. Dino Blue 11-8, 7-2 Allegory Devassi, 4-1 Brideshill, Limerick Lace 13-2, it's 11-1 Bar. If Dino Blue is given an attacking ride, not a I'll pick you up towards the finish ride, I think it will win very comfortably.
I think she is unbelievably now ground. She needs soft ground. All of her, she was running no races all year until last time on Bottomless at Naas. I think she is very vulnerable on this ground. I think Allegory Devassi is not great. I think it's the same as the rest of them. I think there's only one mare here who will absolutely adore this ground, and that's Brideshill, who was fancied for this race last year. Only the mud came out and they switched Limerick Lace here and she didn't run. The only problem is at times she needs to get into a rhythm. She's got the right jockey on her back for that, Keith Donoghue. This is what he's brilliant at. He's brilliant on a questionable jumper. He gets them just all jumping. And I think they're, but I just, like, I really would. I quite like her here, and at bigger 4-1 is short now, but when Cromwell last year, all of a sudden Limerick Lace that morning was just, she was second favourite. I can see why you would say Dino Blue, but I'm not sure Dino Blue is A, the force of old, and B, ground. So Brideshill for me here, Dino.
Dino Blue for me, given that is my my moniker. And,
you're not blue enough. You're not blue.
No, more grey. Dino Blue though is the shout for me. The Mare's Chase, I think it'll win. Just need Mark to go press the button and press it earlier than last year when getting done. Okay, one of your best bets of the week, Demo. We've spoken about it on the panel on the head-to-head, and we've heard you talk about it on the race hour, of course, during the season. The Big Westerner is your 5-1 favourite for the Albert Bartlett. It's 11-2 Jet Blue. Derry Hassan Paddy is 15-2. Same price as Jasmine DeVoe. It's 9-1 Bar. You're not going to swerve now, are you? You're on this.
No. But poor old the big Westerner. She gets, she can claim £7 because she's a mare. But I'll be giving that back to her, unfortunately, with my money, because I've been crossing many horses this week. Look, she's very good. Her form is looking quite strong as well. And she's just brilliant. And look, I had that weird stat on the preview night about Henry de Bromhead's horses, that most of his non-handicap winners have only had one run over the previous 90 days, and his 2 winners so far at the Cheltenham Festival have followed exactly that metric. Arab Entitlement and Bob Ollinger. She fits that mould as well. Any other trainer, you'd be really concerned about the fact that there's no run since Christmas. Not Henry, not at all. That mare yesterday, she won having only ran on St. Stephen's Day as well, or Boxing Day. So there, thing there. But look, she's very good. Also, there's one stat that drives me mad. People say that a mare has never won the Albert Bartlett. Very few of them have gone for it. Really, it's nonsense of a stat, because it's few have actually gone. It's true,
but it doesn't make any difference.
Yes, yeah. So thing there. So look, she's very, very good. Darragh O'Keefe has had a very good, but I'd imagine very frustrating week. He's ridden some absolute cracking races, and he was second yesterday in a Ryanair. Should have been second in the champion chase. He's been very, very good, but just one of those weeks where at Cheltenham, very good doesn't often mean, you win. But hopefully he can get over the line here.
Yeah, the big Westerner 5-1 for the Albert Bartlett, one of Dermot's big fancies for the whole week. Jasmine DeVoe is where I landed. I'm not massively confident that the jumping will improve, but if the jumping does improve, then I do think last year's champion bumper winner will probably be now running at optimum distance. Won it in a staying performance last year. Was okay in a maiden hurdle that actually worked out fine. And then just the jumping went to pieces. A little bit more encouragement towards the end of the final start there. Paul Townend is obviously on board. That will help you on Friday at Cheltenham. It helps everything else that he will ride. Hopefully he can smuggle that one in to the finish and give the big Westerner something to think about. I do think it's between those two. I wish you all the very best with that one. Okay, we're on to the Gold Cup. Galloping de Champs is your 7-4 on, 4-7 favourite with Virgin Bet to land that three-peat and join some of the very best in the game. Of course, it's already a great. Won so many big races and broken a few horses in this Gold Cup already. This time, new challenge. I know the way you're thinking is 11-2 supplemented for the race. I'm not sure they're going to love the ground. Banbridge, who should love the ground, 7-1. Monty Star is at 17-2, 14-1 bar those. Would you be taking Galloping de Champs on, or will you be watching the race, or what? You'll be watching, but will you just be watching?
Not taking him on per se, but just I absolutely adore Monty Star, as you know well by now, Dino, and he is. But let's say he's a bit of a project horse who hasn't landed a project just yet. But he's a horse who his last 2 efforts have just been all about getting him here. I'd heard that this horse, when they were trying to get him ready for early season, took a kick from another horse and basically missed weeks. He ended up coming back at Tremor, needed that badly. And the last time, all Henry de Bromhead said was he ended up needing it again, basically, because they couldn't get much work into him after Tremor. So I think there. So last time he travelled away with them very well. I think it's all been about today. Henry de Bromhead is excellent at this, as in getting Bob Ollinger to stay up the hill like he did. He's worked the oracle. Monty Star, if you actually go through his form, his better runs are on better ground, despite the fact that he looks like a big lumbering yoke that needs softer, heavy ground. His best runs were behind the likes of Spillane Tower at Punchestown and Fact the File, etc. So, Monty Star, purely each way here, Dean, but Galloping de Champs, let's just say I wouldn't begrudge him it.
Of course. Yeah, I do think the 9-year-old has got one more left in him, and I think this field probably could be stronger. A good few horses obviously divert to the Ryanair. A good few have just left Cheltenham altogether because of the presence of the current great one that is Galloping de Champs. They go 4-7, of course, at Virgin Bet. Monty Star, plenty of money for it over the last few days. Obviously, the Rachel Blackmore, Henry de Bromhead factor is kicking in there as well. 17-2. Banbridge is a bit of a drifter today, 7-1. But sure, I think a lot of the people will be cheering on Galloping de Champs whether they bet or not. I know the way you're thinking, the obvious, interesting one that newly added to the race for Mark Walsh and Gavin Cromwell. Wish them all well. It's great to get to the Blue Rebound of the week. Whatever you fancy, good luck in the Gold Cup. It's the Foxhunters after that. Can't say I have a strong opinion here, apart from all the vibes, all the buzz Angel's Dawn, loads of Cheltenham form, really good horse, ran well in the Kinmuir's, ran obviously won at the festival before. Should be winning, 3-1 favourite. Is that tip?
That's kind of what I'm saying as well. Pa King as well, he's ridden her in all these races. I actually like Pa King an awful lot. He's one of the, how do I say this without being insulting? A lot of the amateur jockeys at times can end up in a hunt to get to the front and can chase each other at home. Pa King tends to go more Derek O'Connor's route in that he tends to wait and wait. Yeah, and last win there for Angel's Dawn here at Cheltenham, it was just a simplicity in which he just kept the horse on the outside, jumped away, and just basically removed the problems in front of him, just went through and won. If he does that again, just all the talk and all the vibes are, Dean, that she's just very well in. And Sam Curling's a brilliant trainer as well, so kind of really interesting. There's one there at odds. The Rockies Howie finished 4th 2 years ago and was travelling through Lovely and got stuck in the mud. I just have a feeling from watching that race, I couldn't even tell you what that this horse's form has been like in the meantime between the flags, but he ran an absolute screamer, got stuck in the mud there badly, went travelling all over them, and if this better ground can help him get around, I think he could go better this time round, because he did look to me, to my untrained eye, like a horse that just got mudded into it, and that hopefully this kind of better ground here, Dean. That's my angle really there.
All right, 9-1 is Rocky's Howie with Virgin Bet. There'll be a lot of Newcastle fans, ex-England fans, etc., on Shearer. Paul Nicholls getting his first winner of the week, of course, just yesterday with Caldwell Potter. And Olive Nicholls on board for Paul Nicholls, obviously has a decent record.
She's not on board for herself. No, she's on board for him this time. Good.
Definitely 8-1. I know exactly what you're referring to, riding against her own horses in her own race, in a race previously. But yeah, they must be fancying that as well. Gordon Elliott picked up Will It Go Ahead. That's 13-2, and It's on the Line. Second last couple of years is 7-2. Take your pick if you've had a bit of luck. It's a great spectacle to watch, regardless.
Yeah,
okay, the horse everyone had on their minds at the start of the week was Where It Will Run. That was Kopek to Me in the JP McManus colours for Willie Mullins. It's going for the Martin Pipes. The last race of the week, it's 9-4 with Virgin Bet, which is, I'm not giving it up to the bookmaker there. Everybody's super short on this. It seems like everyone has cottoned on. And if it is as well handicapped as they say it should be, I think off 136, then should we not bother trying to find something else?
Yeah, I can't remember the last one of these that won. Gaelic Warrior was beaten. Now, he was unlucky, obviously. He jumped. He nearly went so right. He was nearly over in Bristol. But the boys, I don't know. There's an awful lot of this. This is the most unscientific answer of all time, but just feels like there's an awful lot of these every year that get beaten.
9-4, he'd be very happy to let it win.
Yeah, he could be very good, Dean, but I've no interest at all, really, at those odds. I
Give
really
me
don't.
An alternative.
Tap on the Go, I really like. He got clobbered by the handicapper. £7 was harsh enough, but probably the application of money might see him running better than his last two efforts. Very much needed. They kind of knew how many runs he needed to qualify here, and I think this probably was the aim. Definitely was, because Michael Connor rode last time.
The aim, so
has to have been. Tap on the Go is a very, very good horse. The form from Christmas when he was well backed has worked out quite well. The horse that won that day came out of the DRF and was actually unlucky in a big handicap there. So this horse, he's just very, very smart, and he's interesting. The other one I quite like is No Ordinary Joe, who ran a screamer in this 2 years ago, and then last year was basically held back for the whole season for this race, and then Nicky Henderson's horses were as sick as a small hospital. So he's here now, and he's kind of a small bit under the radar, but I like the fact that he hasn't really been mentioned, but he's only 10-1, so clearly there's someone smarter than most of us out there punting this horse. So he'd be another one. They'd be my kind of reverse forecast, and I'm just, Kopek to Me can win the 9-4 in a big field handicap. There's enough that can go wrong, especially the big field of conditionals as well. You'd want to be very, very brave now, I think.
Look, every year we get to the last race of the week, and you've got to fancy. Then you see them line up, and there's so many of them, and you're just this.
And some of them, this is their first ride of the whole week, and they're first excited, and
very tough. So Kopek to Me is 9-4. Tap on the Go is currently 7-1. 7-1 as well for Woodoo, of course, who's won its last 6 starts for Gordon Elliott. Put away for this after, some form that really looks very strong now. They must have a big chance. East India Express, Nicky Henderson was saying it was a plan that came together 15-2. It is 10-1 about No Ordinary Joe. It's 11-1 by them. Big field, the lucky last as they call it. You can play it on Gambling.com. You just need to choose which country the winner will be trained in. There is a grand up for grabs. I'll put the link in the bio. Do check out Virgin Bet, of course, for your final chance to grab the offer today ahead of the last day of the Cheltenham Festival. You've been watching Dean Ryan and Dermot Nolan on the panel all week, all the way run up to the Cheltenham Festival. Thanks very much for your time. Good luck today. Do bet responsibly.